So I'm with Bryce Stringham. He's one of the original creators of the Morgan Powwow, and they're putting on this, I call it the Utah Treasure Hunters Rendezvous, but it's really not that. They call it the Moon Lake Gathering, or
Gathering at Moon Lake.
And it's more than just going to be treasure hunting. There's going to be talking about treasure hunting, Bigfoot, UFOs, I don't know, just the things that are interesting that are going on here in Utah, especially the Uinta Basin. Anyway, Bryce has put together places for us to
stay,
because there's going to be a lot of people coming, and just so that people can start planning now, so that they figure out where they're going to stay and stuff like that. So with that said, Bryce, take it away. Tell us about this thing, when it's at, where it's at.
I'll give you a little history about me and the Morgan Powwow. I wasn't one of the original guys. I've known Mark since I was in 7th grade, Mark Robinson. And Mark's always a guy that's got a project. He tried to build an airplane in his attic at his home when I was in high school. He owned a 57 Chevy that him and his dad put together and painted. He bought a 64 Corvette Fastback when he got out of high school. He's a scuba diver. He got me into scuba diving. He's been down to the DR and has done dives on Sunken Treasure.
So those that don't know what the DR is, it's Dominican Republic.
So he's always involved with something. But 22 years ago, him and a couple other guys started doing this powwow up in Morgan. And anything you could think of, Bigfoot, Spanish gold, UFO, Skinwalker Ranch. I sell real estate, and I was at a house one time, and the gal I was helping her and her husband buy a house, her brother showed up, and he had all the scout tents in the back of his truck. And I go, looks like you've been out on scout camp. And he goes, yeah, we've been out to Dugway. We spent the night looking for UFOs. And I go, you did? And he goes, yeah, we had this guy there. And I go, you mean Alien Dave? And he goes, do you know Alien Dave? And I go, well, yeah, and I met Alien Dave at the powwow at Morgan. But all these interesting characters. Mark knows a million people.
Yep, he does.
And he always tries to get me to drink the Kool-Aid, and I tell him, well, I'll sip it. And so I've just kind of, the last 10, 15 years, been included in a lot of the stuff. And where we've moved it out to Moon Lake this year, there's a lot more logistic type problems. And so he's asked me to look into a few things as far as where people can come, what they can count on, what they can do. And the first thing he wanted me to mention some bullet points for if you do come. The date is August 6th and 7th. We want everybody.
2021, if you're seeing this.
2021.
Yeah, if you're seeing this on YouTube and it's past 2021, you missed it.
Yeah. Big thing is be prepared for all kinds of weather. We're going to be in the Uintas. Might be 80 during the day. It might snow at night. So,
And then that is in the mountains. It could be warm during the day, but at night it gets cold. So
bring an umbrella, bring a poncho. If you ever been in the Uintas, it rains.
Bring a coat for at night time, because we're going to be having some campfire talks around.
That's right.
So, yeah.
And it's going to go from 6 till 10. So there's 4 hours of sitting out under the stars in whatever weather's there. So be prepared for that. In past years, Mark's always had food provided for a minimal cost. This year, we're not doing any food. So bring your own food. Bring a chair, bring an umbrella. Greg at Moon Lake Resort may not have his kitchen open. They're hoping to have it open so they can feed people. If they want something to eat up there, he may provide a food truck. So there may be a food truck up there.
So that's it for people that, they can buy something.
Yeah.
But, bring your own food, because don't count on that, but there could be some.
He's got a little store at the resort at Moon Lake that he has all kinds of just swag for Moon Lake Resort, and probably a little bit of goodies to buy.
Some snackers.
Yeah. So there may be food there, but don't plan on it. He also owns the Mountain Home Lodge. So as you come through Mountain Home, we're going to have some maps there. Stop there, pick up a map. There's a convenience store there.
If I remember right, that's a gas station too.
So there's a gas station, right? It's
a convenience store. Yeah.
If you go through the crossroads of Mountain Home, if you don't see the gas station, you missed Mountain Home. It's the only thing there. So yeah, stop in. They've got ice cream. They've got all kinds of stuff. Take your kids in and enjoy some of the things they have there at the lodge. Also, we tell people to go to your Facebook page.
My YouTube channel?
Your YouTube channel. That's what your YouTube channel. Because this is going worldwide. This is my international YouTube channel debut.
So I had a guy call me. I talked to a guy from Maine the other day, and he might be coming. A guy from Maine, so you never know who might be coming.
I was talking to Greg out at the lodge today, and he said he just had somebody from Indiana call. So trying to find rooms and stuff, places to stay. So that's kind of our biggest thing, is just getting people there and being able to come and camp or stay in a hotel. And Terry's going to post this on his YouTube channel, but this is a map of the Moon Lake Resort. They have 23 cabins there, but I will tell you now, they're all reserved. They're booked. And the Forest Service has a 54 slot site campground. 32 of those are reservable. 22 are first come, first serve. So you even mentioned to me that you might go out the Monday before and see if you can reserve, or the Sunday before when people leave, to reserve,
Yeah, because I tried to reserve one, and the reserved ones, they're all taken.
The reserve spots are gone.
Yep.
And I will tell you, though, on all the stuff that's reserved, even hotel rooms, keep calling, because people do drop their reservations. And there's a chance you might pick something up. But I will also tell you, you have to go through recreation.gov to get it through the Forest Service campground to reserve something. And there is a phone number that's on with this flyer. Oh, they're hard to get on the phone. They're hard to talk to. So, if you like to listen to elevator music, this is going to be just right for you if you try to call the Forest Service. But so that's that area right there. As you go up that canyon to Moon Lake, there's a couple of places you can pull off to the side and camp. And there's a campground called Yellowstone. There's 5 or 6 camp areas up in there. I don't know how Yellowstone, I don't know if you have to go to recreation.gov to get them, but if you look it up on the web, you'll find their information. But we also tell you, be careful, do not park on any Indian land. You'll probably find out how fast your car can get confiscated if you get caught on Indian land. There is no overnight camping, and there is no fires up in that area this year. So they had a big fire last year and burned a lot of the forest. So there are no camp fires up there.
So and speaking of burning a lot of forest, that means it's not as beautiful as it once was. But you know what? There's a lot of Spanish treasure stories in that area. That makes it, if you want to take some time going searching, that makes it easier searching.
That's right. You might be able to see that opening to that cave.
Find things easier. Yeah.
It's been pruned. It's all ready for you. But I'll just go through this list. This is another list that we've put together of some of the places that you can find places to camp or hotels, motels. This will be on Terry's YouTube channel. We've talked to a few of the motels. Well, I did want to say, before I go to the motels, that up the other Rock Creek Canyon, there are several campgrounds up there. I talked to Nick at Rock Creek Lodge. He has cabins. The rustic ones are all gone, but he has some of the executive ones that are a little nicer, a little more pricey. But he talked to him. He's in the same situation. People drop their reservations all the time. So you can go up Rock Creek, up to the Upper Stillwater Dam. There's several places up there, and those places are on here. There's a Yellow Pine Campground, Upper Stillwater, Rock Springs Camp Area, and all of those you got to go through recreation.gov, and there's the phone number on this page here that you can go there and see if they have any spots open.
How far away is the Rock Creek campgrounds, the Stillwater campgrounds from the Moon Lake Canyon? Because it's one mountain range over. You got to go down.
Yeah,
down,
you're about
down,
20 miles.
up another canyon.
20 miles from Upper Stillwater to Mountain Home, and then another 15 miles up to the lake. So there may be involved a little bit of driving. We have some hotels and motels in Duchesne. I called the Best Western just a few minutes ago because I'd also called the Altamont Motel. There is a motel in Altamont. They have 5 rooms. The guy told me today they are booked till the end of the year. An oil company's come in and booked all the rooms. But he says with the oil companies the way they are, keep calling because they might all of a sudden decide we're not doing this and they'll be gone. So you can check with them. And if you Google them, they're easy to find.
What's the name of it?
Altamont Motel in Altamont, Utah. And that's about another 10 miles from Mountain Home. So you're looking at about 20, 25 miles from there to go up. I called the Best Western in Duchesne, real nice motel there. I didn't even know it existed until a few months ago when we went up there because it's kind of off the main street. And I talked to a gentleman there. He says right now he has 45 rooms that are available. And that's about 30 miles from Duchesne up to Moon Lake. So you're looking at a half hour, 45-minute drive to go up. But he also said if you'll mention the gathering at Moon Lake, he took that name down. He says if he gets enough people reserving stuff, he may give us a discount.
Awesome.
So we'll kind of work on that one. The Winterton Suites is another bigger motel in Duchesne. There is also, for people familiar with VRBO.com, Vacation Rental by Owner, you can go up there and click in the Duchesne area, and there are individual cabins that people rent up there. And I mean, some of them hold 5, 6, 10 people, and they can be a little more pricey, but some of them are pretty reasonable. But you just need to get on that website. And if that's
That might be pricey, but if you split that up with
yeah, if you got 10 people, it'll be cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
so if there's a group of you, that might be something to think about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there was quite a few when I looked on there a few months ago. Okay, there's also some private resorts up there. Six Lakes, Falcon Ridge, LC Ranch, Hidden Springs. And a lot of those are geared. Some of them have lakes and ponds and fishing, horseback riding. Their rooms are really kind of pricey. But if you went up there with your whole family, especially if you want to make a week of it or 4 or 5 days of it, you can go up there and sign up for their fishing packages and horseback riding packages and have a real good time that way too. Let's see here.
Did you check into the Airbnbs?
Oh, I did not check Airbnb, but that's a good idea to check and see what's available out there because I'm sure if there's VRBO, there's got to be Airbnbs.
Yeah.
And especially in the town of Duchesne, where there's more home. Well, and even as you drive out, there's a lot of homes along the way. They might do their Airbnb out there. So yeah, I'm sorry, Terry. I didn't look into that. RV parking. We have a person out there that's gotten with the people that do events at the Altamont Fairgrounds, and we've been told if you have an RV that they're going to allow us to let you park it at the Altamont Fairgrounds. And from what I can see, it's just a big gravel parking lot. There's no hookups. There's probably no garbage cans. No restrooms. You might have to rough it and flip that generator switch to turn your lights and stuff on. But we just tell you, if you're going to be in there, be considerate of everybody else that's in there. Haul your trash out. Leave the place like you weren't even there.
Yeah.
And then maybe next year we'll be able to do it even bigger and better. There is also, in talking to Greg today, there's some private property in Altamont that the gentleman's willing to let us use. I don't know if he's got a big driveway or a pasture, but he's got a big enough spot for 20 RVs, 20 trailers to park on, but he's going to charge $30 a night for that. And there's no electricity, no hookups, no sewer, but he's just making it available. We don't know if we're going to have 10 people there or we're going to have 2,000 people there.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting. And that kind of gets me to the end of everything I've looked into. I mean, I did want to mention Starvation Reservoir. That's a state park, and there's like 5 different campgrounds there. I guess you can buy, if you have a state park pass, you can use it, for free basically. But there's places you can camp there if you take your ATVs. There's areas where you can use ATVs and have fun, or you can, stay there for the week, boat with your family, fish with your family. But that is a little farther away than the other things I've mentioned. You're probably looking 45, 50 miles away from when you get out to the dam and stuff to the campgrounds. And there's Roosevelt and there's Heaver. But I mean, there's a little bit of driving involved with some. We got one of our speakers is coming from Vernal, and it sounds like he's just going to drive in both nights. So, and he's 70 years old. So he's got a lot of spunk. He's going to talk about Bigfoot. I guess he's had some good experience. We're supposed to go out and talk to him and interview him, maybe get him on a video too. So,
yeah.
But anyway, you know, if you've just stay tuned to Terry's YouTube. If you have any questions, leave a comment on Terry's page, and we'll go from there.
Have you guys got set up a Facebook page yet where they can leave comments, or they can go to also the moonlakelodge.com? They can go there and go to the Ask Questions section and ask a question there, and Greg will take care of answering it.
Yeah, moonlakelodge.com, and there is, Greg has his bed and breakfast there at the gas station in Mountain Home. He's got 7 rooms there, and they're all taken. You've tried that one too.
I know somebody who was lucky enough to get.
Yeah, who was that guy? I know he's going to be sleeping in style there in Mountain Home. So, but yeah, it's so there's places, and he says, you know, even check in on that a little bit, and we've got some other contingencies that we're not really mentioning right now. If push comes to shove, we might take advantage of, but we're not trying to be the people that want to help you arrange camping. We're just giving you some ideas, because that's going to kind of fall on your shoulders if you want to come out and have fun at the gathering. And we're going to be talking about treasure and just the history of the area. We've got people talking about Bigfoot, and we've got some very interesting people that are going to be dropping by just to attend that might speak at the open mic at the end. And I'm kind of looking forward to that, because like Mark says, usually the best part about that whole gathering powwow thing is after it's all over, the people that get together in their little groups and talk. And it's a great place to meet interesting people like Alien Dave.
So, and I don't know if anybody's going to speak about this or if anybody's ever mentioned it, but there was a copper map made of do you know about the copper map about the Moon Lake area of where there was several Spanish mines, treasures of the Moon Lake area, and it was put on a copper map. And I don't know if anybody's going to be talking about that. If not, I'll find out. If not, man, I'll have to do a little video on it.
Yeah, do a little video on it. I think Mark Robinson and Kent Smith, I don't know if they've seen the actual map or if they've seen copies of the map, but I've known they've spent time looking into that and chasing down different areas where these treasures are, Spanish gold. I've been on a few of those adventures. They're kind of interesting. So and for me, I'm an ATV guy, so I always tell Mark, if you got somewhere to go on an ATV, call me, I'm there. And I always say, can I bring my fishing pole? And he goes, what do you need a fishing pole for? So yeah, it's for me. It's like I tell Mark that no matter what happens, that I'm going to go and just have fun.
Yep.
I get to get away from the house and the phone and cook for myself and listen to interesting people.
That's the treasure.
That's the treasure.
Meeting the people that you hadn't met before, hearing the stories that you would have never got to hear any other way, and that's a treasure right there.
Well, and I've seen you at many of these things. That's how I got to meet you, through all of this stuff and a lot of different people, and I consider a lot of them my good friends. So, and it's always exciting to get together and do fun things. So,
anytime you're away from work and up in the mountains, man, it's a great time.
That's right, and I'm trying to be retired. I had an old bishop friend of mine that every Sunday in church, he'd get up after church was over and he'd go, well, fellas, you know what tomorrow is? Start of a new weekend.
How would that be?
And he lived that life, man. He was a goer and a doer.
How would that be?
Till the day he died. So yeah, that's kind of my goal in life. Someday.
Yeah, I just got to work till I die. But good news, man. I only got I'm almost dead, man. So I don't have to work very much longer.
That's
I'm
right.
almost there. So
I hear you're going to maybe have some time to yourself here. Maybe. I shouldn't say that too loud, huh?
Yeah. Okay, with that, man, Bryce, thank you, and that's a wrap.
No, thanks, Sherry. Been a pleasure.